That's actually a really cool picture with the moon right back up there. All right, so I'm back. I'm going to publish this here once I get back inside. The gas station across the street actually got robbed, which is, sucks for the girl that was there. But yeah, the cop was running lights but silent. That's what they do when they roll up to anything that might be in progress. The guy, I guess the guy was in a car, so he's long gone. The sheriffs were coming around and everything like that, and drove through my neighborhood. And I was like, hey, I've been sitting here for 20 minutes at least. I haven't seen anybody strange, come through here or anything like that. They told me they appreciate it, so they could move on to another area. It looked like they were going to the back to the neighborhoods that are behind me and stuff like that. But more than likely, the perpetrator is long gone. Just goes to show that you always got to keep your head on a swivel. I always carry my gun. I always have at least a gun on me, unless I go to somewhere where I am legally prohibited from carrying it, such as when I go to the VA. Can't carry a gun on federal property. I'm not a fan of that, but I ain't going to jail. Everyone says, oh, well, just conceal carry. I'm not going to take that risk. What if, God forbid, something happens, I fall out and they empty my pockets. When I'm in the emergency room, they find a gun. Then I go to jail after I come out of the hospital. So, that is what it is. But yeah, so you always want to make sure that you are aware of your surroundings, that you're keeping your head on a swivel, because you don't know what's going to happen. That's a couple 100 feet away from me that this happens. And this is a good area, right here, that you wouldn't expect something like that to happen. It's, I don't want to say it's scary, but it is. My wife's here, by herself sometimes. I called her and I was like, hey, lock the doors. And she's like, why? I was like, because the gas station just got robbed. She's like, oh, okay. And I'm a couple hundred feet away walking back. But even still, I wanted those doors locked because of that. In this environment these days, you never know what's going on. Whether it's something like this, whether it is the political unrest that's going on, whether it's a weather-related incident. How many people got killed there in Florence with the with the water? There was the police van that got washed out, killed two psych patients that were in the back because they drowned, because they were locked in the back of the police wagon, because the water on the road washed them out and everything like that. There was a little baby who was washed away from his mom's arms. You never know what's going to happen. You got to make sure that you're always ready for anything. That's why even here, I'm in my front yard right now and I've got my gun on me, because had that gone sideways, what if that guy would have still been there when the cop got there? Could have went sideways. I will be the first person, if I'm able to draw down and help a cop in a situation like that. I used to be a cop. I used to be in the Army. You guys know all this stuff. You've got to be able to be prepared for whatever, and you've got to know where you are with your limits. Me, I know what I will and what I won't do. There's not a whole lot that I won't do, especially when it came to that. Hell, I hung up with you guys to go right over there because I knew that cop was by himself, and I knew he was potentially going to do something active right then and there. And if I'm here, I'm not going to leave that guy by himself. I'm going to, yes, I'm a civilian, in the world here. I'm not a cop or anything like that. That doesn't matter to me. I am a law-abiding citizen who expresses my Second Amendment right, and I carry my firearm. And I will use that firearm to protect myself, my family, or others. Doesn't matter who it is. And with that, you've got to know what might happen. If that had went sideways, I don't know. Who knows what could have happened? But I was willing to do that because for Joe Blow stranger. Keep that in mind with the way things are right now. Keep that in mind whenever we're having our disagreements with each other and stuff like that. What does it really matter? Does any of the little petty stuff ever matter? No. It's the big picture. It's how we can help each other instead of how we can hurt each other. How we bring people together instead of dividing us. How we teach what should be taught as opposed to what shouldn't. Don't teach hate, corny as it is, teach love. It's corny, but it is. You've got to teach respect for your fellow person, and the world will be better. I just wanted to post this for you guys. Everything's cool with me, cool with my family, and I will see you guys here on the next one.